This is chapter number 9, Women, Caste and Reform. So we are going to take a question and answer on this and all type of question which are possible, like the MCQs, fill in the blanks, true and false. And these are the pictures of which are related to this chapter. So wherever it is required, we will come back to these pictures. So these are the famous personalities and some concepts also. The first is who supported the idea of self-respect movement. Now self-respect movement, Atma Samman Andolan. So who was the person behind this? Periyar Sahab. Periyar is a big name. Now you see here, he is Periyar in South India, he is well respected. E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar he is. E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar. His full name was E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar. And people would call him with love Periyar. Periyar. Now the story is, most of the questions are asked from him and Ram Mohan Roy. So he belonged to a middle class family, Periyar Sahib. Now what he did when he was young, he became an ascetic, that is sannyasi, brahmachari. So he started with ascetic, so he learned all the Hindu scriptures. So when he grew, he joined Indian National Congress. Now the thing was, in a party, now let me tell you like this. ये पेरियार है, ये इंडियन नेशनल कांग्रेस है, यहाँ पार्टी हो रही है. दैट मीन्स देर वॉज पार्टी ऑफ इंडियन नेशनल कांग्रेस. नाउ व्हाट ही सॉ दैट द हायर कास्ट पीपल हैव separate arrangement, and for the lower caste people the arrangement was different. Okay, so the Congress only, when they have their own party, they are caste discriminating. So he didn't like it. That is why he talked about self-respect. Now this is that they are not allowing us, and I am also being treated like this. I am the member of Congress. That is how big name Periyar. The answer is this one. The idea of widow remarriage was advocated by, now all the reformers, whichever is being talked about, they were not talking about one thing. They were pressurizing on one thing, but they were talking about each and every problem. That is the sati pratha, sati. This has to be abolished. The child marriage, bal vivah, this has to be stopped. And widow remarriage. What would happen in widow remarriage? See, the men and women. In sati pratha also. So women will do household work, men will do the outside work. Now the women will be busy in the household activities and the kids. But if the husband dies, what will happen to the women? Because women is not earning. The earning source is men. And now the kids. Who is going to take care of these kids and herself? And the problem is, the society is not treating these women well. Very, very, different kind of eyes are there now. Because this woman is treated as inauspicious now. So this everyone was seeing it. Every reformer and every big society was seeing, but reformer wanted to change it. That even if a woman, the husband had died, she has a right to remarry, and all the kuritiyan like this sati pratha was there. So that is how this became very important for widow remarriage to be advocated. So all of them actually talked about this. Now most prominent was whom? Okay, so in order to address the plight and distress of the widows, the answer is Swami Dayanand Saraswati. Swami Dayanand Saraswati, he, because of his action only, Widow Remarriage Act was passed. There is a question coming, there will be a question coming, and I'll tell you the year, right? So Dayanand Saraswati is the name. The Satya Shodhak Samaj Association was founded by. Now Satya Shodhak Samaj, now here also I am talking about a very big name. Very big name. Jyotirao Phule Sahabdi is the answer. Jyotirao Phule. Now you see the picture first. Very big name. Now if you see the picture, I am also trying to show the book being written by him. Gulam Giri. Gulam Giri written by Jyotirao Phule. Now he was also a very, very prominent reformer, Samaj Sudharak. So he was very, say, vocal, and very vocal in the sense that the Brahmins, according to him, the Brahmins are saying that they are Aryans. And Aryans are, that is, they are big, they are higher caste because of being Aryans. Now Jyotirao Phule argued that Aryans, if you are Aryans, Aryans came from outside. They are invaders. They came from outside. They subjugated the people who are living here, who are actually the children of this land, the indigenous people. So they defeated and then finally subjugated. And they started calling us as lower caste. So this was the idea of Jyotirao Phule, and most of the, non-Brahmin reformers, they said that this only. So now there is a caste discrimination. So Jyotirao Phule was saying that you are not the indigenous of this subcontinent. We are here. And when we were here, we used to rule in a justified means not in a biased way. So unbiased and justified way we used to rule. And you are ruling like you are, first of all, this caste discrimination is there. And the Damankari, the oppressing nature of Brahmins, he was not advocating. So he wrote a book called Gulam Giri. In 1873, he wrote this book. Just 10 years back, 1863, there was a civil war in America between and it was the civil war was because of the rights for the blacks. So whites and blacks, there was a civil war. The problem was, same as Brahmins in our subcontinent, same as whites in America, same as lower caste in our subcontinent, same as black in America. So he dedicated this 1863, the war, he dedicated his book, Gulam Giri, to this war, and for those who actually fought for actual democracy. Democracy, that is equality for everyone and the freedom for everyone. So this is how he wrote a book, and he wanted to establish a link between the lower caste and the blacks in America. Lower caste in India, and because whites were doing what the Brahmins are doing here. Widow Remarriage Act was passed in the year. So, as I said, widow remarriage, most of the reformer, they talked about, they worked. So, Swami Dayanand Saraswati, he talked about Widow Remarriage Act. Okay. Let me tell you, Holi and Muharram, see, all these are religious festivals. But the problem is that if in religious, say Muharram, people are cutting themselves, they are using these swords and knife to cut themselves. In Holi, people are using this gobar, cow dung and waste. So sometimes if someone else would come from outside, because we are born like this, we know all these rituals. It's not different for us. But for a person who is coming from outside, say British, and he sees a person hanging with an iron angle, onto his back. So the Britishers saw it as very barbaric. All these, the rituals and customs. So one was the widow remarriage, because the remarriage was not allowed. A widow cannot remarry. Okay, so this act was passed when Britishers also accepted and the reformers tried for it. So Swami Dayanand Saraswati tried and he did everything, and finally the Widow Marriage Act was passed. Today, if you see, the women can marry, a widow can marry. So it is 1856. What is a coolieship? So if you remember, there was a movie. Amitabh Bachchan was the hero, Coolie, and Sadi Mahanayak, the actor of the century. Now coolie, in that picture, they are carrying the luggage. So coolie is basically laborers. Okay. So the laborers, what would happen? The lower caste, either you talk about village or the small towns. The situation of lower caste was very distressing. Every day they have to suffer all the humiliation from the upper caste. Every day, their family, themselves. So now these lower caste people, what they did, whenever they got a chance, they went out of this village, they went out of this small town for work. For example, at that time, municipalities were coming. So roads, buildings and everything was coming up. And there were different factories also being set up. So these lower caste laborers, people basically, and they actually worked as laborers. Some of them also went for plantation outside, like Trinidad, Tobago, Caribbeans. They went to Mauritius, Fiji they went. So there are so many places they went. Okay. At that time, there was no aircrafts. So at that time, the ships were the only way of taking these laborers from one place to another. So this coolie ship is John Allen, which is shown in your NCERT book. So this is a ship that carried many Indians to Mauritius. The John Allen is the name of that ship, which is properly shown in your book also. And it was carrying Indians or laborers, and they are coming from lower caste to Mauritius. Now, E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar was known by the name, since we have already talked about Periyar. So, what is the name? Periyar. E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar. And in southern India, with regard, with love, he was called as Periyar. See his picture one more time so that you remember him. Here we have E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar. During which period did Ambedkar lead three temple entry movement? Now we need to talk about him. He is Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. So very big name. He was the architect of our Indian Constitution. He was a big name. When he was young, actually he belonged to Mahar caste. So when he was young, he saw the problem of what the lower caste are facing. Caste discrimination he was facing. He cannot drink from the tap where upper caste kids were drinking water. So he was a bright child, so he studied. And his father was teacher in military school. So he got a fellowship, Mr. Ambedkar, and he went to US, became a lawyer, barrister. So when he came back in 1919, he came back. So when he came back in 1919, he saw everything. It hasn't changed. Still, the lower castes are being discriminated. So he wrote number of critical, articles, etc. Now the problem was, in India, religion is very, people get very emotional about religion. See, religion is already between you and your God. No one has to come in between. But still, people get very emotional. So the temples, if you see, the upper caste can only come. Lower caste, they are not allowed in the vicinity also. For that, Ambedkar, three temple entry movement, he was leading. So this happened between 1927 and 1935. 1927 and 1935. Now, Pratna Samaj was founded by, the name is R.G. Bhandarkar. R.G. Bhandarkar. This is the answer. Okay. See, others, Derozio is Young Bengal, Swami Vivekananda, it's Paramahans Mission. So we have R.G. Bhandarkar. Raja Mohan Roy was a great reformer, and the Sati Pratha was abolished because of him only. He was a key reformer. So R.G. Bhandarkar is the answer for Pratna Samaj. Which of the reforms movement was founded by H.L.V. Derozio? H.L.V. Derozio. Let me show you the picture. So here you see Henry Derozio. Now he is just looking like a kid, but he was not. He was a teacher in a school in Calcutta. So all the pupils, that is all the students, he was saying that whosoever has power, you need to ask questions. If he is not utilizing or he is not doing what he is supposed to do, the powerful person. And he talked about child marriage, widow remarriage, the sati, and various other things. The problem of women, the education for women. So he said, protest against this. Means he was very radical in his ideas. So he started this Young Bengal movement. Which movement? Young Bengal movement, Derozio. Who started schools for Muslim girls in Patna and Calcutta? The name, again the big name, Begum Ruqayya Sakhawat Hossain. Now I'll tell you about her. Now who is she? The center one. Begum Ruqayya Sakhawat Hossain. Now if you see that, because she was a Bengali herself, so that is how she started schools for especially Muslim girls for education in Patna and Calcutta. And she was also very vocal. And she said that the problem of women, the situation of women, is because of the Pandas and Maulvis, the Brahmins and the Muslim scholars or leaders, you can say. So they are using this religion, and they are responsible for using this religion to dominate the women. That is why the women are not being treated well, they are not being educated or given education. The first Urdu novel began to be written from, the answer is late 19th century. Okay, after 1870 you can think of. Now coming here, orthodox means those who don't want to change, and they are very radical. Means whenever as a kid, people will say, these are lower caste people, don't talk to them. These are Muslims, don't talk to them. So these are being fed inside your mind. Okay, so once you grow up, you already are biased that who are good, who are not good. So these are the orthodox or the radical, or you can say conservative ideas fed into your mind. Okay, so those who even after growing up, they still don't want to change, and whatever is being fed, they don't use logic or science or thoughts. So these are fanatics and fundamentalists. Okay, they are very dangerous, and just because of for religion, custom, rituals, they can do anything. So fundamentalists, they don't want to change, and they are critical about others also. Suffrage is right to vote. Suffrage is right to vote. Vaishyas are what? Vaishya Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. So Vaishyas are traders and money lenders. So Agarwals, all, those categories who are Agarwals are very intelligent, all the IITs they crack. Vaishyas are traders and money lenders. Vyapari and Mahajan. Shudras. Now Shudras, as I said, there is a caste discrimination. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. And the last one is Ati Shudra. So Shudras are those who do lower work. Means like the peasants, farmers, the artisans like weavers and potters. So all these low profile job they are doing, Shudras. So Sati, see men and women, husband, wife. When the husband dies, the women is said, okay, you also have to die. The woman who died on the funeral of her dead husband. This is Sati. Can you think of this today? No. We will, even the thought shivers us. Sati. And these were, in a funeral pyre, they were clamped also sometime. Madigas. Madigas in Andhra Pradesh, an important untouchable caste. And they used to work for leather, charmakar. Okay? Madigas. So this is the final linking. Coming to true and false. Pandita Ramabai supported economic independence of women, set up widow homes. This is absolutely true. Now let me show you here. She is Pandita Ramabai. She was very learned, scholar in Sanskrit, also very vocal. And because she started widow homes. That is, if a woman, if the husband has died and she is facing problem in the society, and all the societal foundation she is being dominated at. So the women, the husband has already died, and she is facing problem also. For that, Pandita Ramabai set up widow homes where these women can be trained and they can earn their livelihood rather than getting dependent on others. Reformers got full support from all sections of the people of the society or country. This is false. Today also, if you say something against anything which is happening, you will be called as Deshdrohi, or you against the religion, or you will be kept away from the society, or you will be sent to jail, right? So, or anti-national. This is happening today. So what would have happened at that time? You can imagine. These reformers, they won't get support from all sections. Jyotirao Phule set up schools for girls in Punjab. Now if you see the name, Jyotirao Phule is a Maharashtrian name. And he was very active in this part. Punjab, no, Maharashtra is the answer. So Jyotirao Phule, please see him once again. Okay. See here. Raja Ram Mohan Roy was the founder of Brahma Samaj. Actually, he was a founder of Brahma Sabha. Then later it became Brahma Samaj. So, if this question would have come in MCQ, multiple choice question, and the option are Brahma Samaj, Brahma Sabha, and other two, so you have to answer Brahma Sabha, not Brahma Samaj. But here we are taking right. We are saying right just because it is Brahma Samaj, because the Sanstha or Sangathan association is same, right? So please remember, if it comes in MCQ, Brahma Sabha, which was later called as Brahma Samaj. So let me show you here. Raja Ram Mohan Roy. He was coming from Maharaja's family, and then he was a great reformer, very learned person. He knew these languages like Sanskrit, Persian, and he was well respected in the society just because he was learned and his ideas or his thoughts were very logical. So he wrote various things about Sati Pratha, and because of his actions only, this Sati Pratha and Sati practice was abolished, right? So that is how, and he also talked about the problem of women who are in upper society. So he also worked for the education of women. Raja Ram Mohan Roy. So he was the founder of Brahma Samaj or Brahma Sabha. People were dissatisfied with British rule in the 1870s and 1880s. Yes, British rule, because British were doing everything for themselves, and they were just taking the Indians as laborers or people who will work for them. They were not doing anything for the betterment. So people were not getting jobs, and it was economic failure. There were famines also. They were not taking care of people. They were just sending money to back home. Okay. Fill in the blanks. The Child Marriage Restraint Act was passed in 1929. So 1929. At that time, 6, 7, 8 young girls, the girls were just married. But after this 1929 Act, women age was changed to 18 to 16. If you marry before that, it will be against the law. In 1873, Phule wrote, Jyotirao Phule, you can answer this, we have talked about this. Ghulam Giri, let me show you again. Ghulam Giri, he wrote. Jyotirao Phule Sahab. In dash, the Muslim League demanded independent state for Muslims. Now, there are two questions here. We will talk about this in the next discussion, because where we will be talking about the independence movement. So, for time being, just remember 1940 is the answer. We will discuss about that. Dash was observed on 26 January 1930 all over the country. So, what is this? Again, you have to tell me what is the answer. And for time being, just remember Independence Day. But we will be talking about this when we see the chapter which is upcoming later. And that chapter is totally based on Indian, this Swatantrata Sangram or Abhiyan or struggle for the independence. So in 1947 will also come, 1950 will also come. We'll talk about that in great detail. Okay. The knowledge of dash texts helped the reformers promote new laws. Ancient texts, Prachina Pavitra Granth. See, it may be Upanishad, Puran, or Vedas, Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana, or Mahabharata. All these well-respected texts. Now, what would happen is, at that time, the various rituals which were not good for the humankind, that is Sati Pratha, widow remarriage. So Raja Ram Mohan Roy, he started this. He took verse or content from the ancient text and he showed it to the society that, see, the Sati Pratha which you are saying, or widow cannot be widow cannot be remarried. This is not given in the ancient text. So we are doing it wrong. We have to change. Ambedkar was born into a Mahar family. Which family? Mahar family. It was regarded as untouchables or Achut caste. Periyar was an outspoken critic of Hindu scriptures. Now, why he was well respected? Today also, if you talk about any religious book, there will be backlash. But Periyar, he was a learned person. He started as sannyasi and Hindu scripture he learned. So he was against the code of Manu Smriti. Because here it was being said in this code of Manu, how these lower caste people need to be treated. So he was also critical about Bhagavad Gita and Ramayana. So all these he was very critical about. So here again, Periyar E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar. Okay, this is all about this discussion. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself.